Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Tuesday crafting. Now I'm saying Tuesday crafting because I'll bet some of you out there have the retirement syndrome. You don't know what day it is. It happens to me all the time. But I bet some of you guys who don't usually stay home all the time are now saying, what day is today? So it's Tuesday and we're going to craft a wreath today. We're going to be making a patriotic wreath, and I'm going to be using some navy blue mesh 21 inch and going to make some poofs, and then I have red and white mesh that I cut in 20-inch strips, and that's a 10-inch mesh, and we're going to make ruffles out of that, and then I have some ribbons to go on it. So anyway, I think it's probably a good thing to think about. Think about the 4th of July. I think things will probably get better. Not to lay a depressing thought on the other Floridians around here. But I said to Bob last night, you know, we'll go out of COVID-19 season right into hurricane season. Isn't that exciting? I guess there's just always something to keep you on your toes. But anyway, everybody I hope is playing by the rules here so we can all keep doing what we're doing. Now I probably will do some alternative crafts every so often now, for the simple reason that I'm not going to a craft store to pick up supplies, and so I have things here to make a couple more wreaths. And then I probably will do some other kinds of crafts. So if you like crafts, stick around. There'll be plenty of wreaths to work on, because next month I'll order something else from Craft Outlet if it's available. But anyway, I'm going to bring you down to the table and we're going to start on a patriotic wreath. Be right back. Okay, I'm using a 15-inch work form from Craft Outlet, and as you can see I have opened up all of the bottom ties. Just makes it easier to do the poofs, makes it a little quicker. And I have my mesh over here in the mesh roller, which I don't think is in camera view right now, but let me just pull out the first bit. And you can see that it's a navy blue. Get a zip tie. And we'll do that again. You don't want to get the mesh twisted because then I'll be struggling with it the whole way around. Here we go. And again, I'm going to go right before this one. Get a zip tie and tie it on. There we go. Now we will get it going. And I'm going to be doing 10-inch poofs. You know, there's one thing that can help you when you're staying at home. I know when you go on vacation, oops, I'm sorry, I'm losing you. When you go on vacation, you tend to get so casual, which is fine because you're on vacation. And maybe you have a pajama day. And they're kind of nice once in a while. But when you're having to stay home all of the time, one of the best things you can do for yourself is treat it like any other day you would be getting up and being productive. Get yourself up, get yourself cleaned up, get yourself dressed. Alright, let's just get some bubbles out here. I mean some poofs. Golly gee, I make so many bubbles, I think everything's a bubble. Well, it kind of is. Just a separated bubble. This mesh likes to stick to itself. Friday, I'm going to be working on a sign for this wreath. I haven't got any good patriotic signs, and like I said, I'm not going to the store to get any right now. So I have an extra round snowman sign that I had this winter. And I'm going to see if I can use that and create some kind of a sign on the cricket. Okay, I am back to where I started, and now I'm going to do this first one that I didn't do when I began. And it just covers up where I put that mesh on. And just like that, we're on the outside. Now we'll go up to the inside. And I'm going to start by opening up all of these. There are 18 ties on a work form. So when we make our own, that's what we want to remember to put on. You get another zip tie. And we'll just go right up, tight, and go right in front of this tie up here. Tie it on. Get it nice and tight. And move on up to the next one. See, when you get those ties open first, it does speed up your process. Because you don't have to stop and try to open them while you're trying to hold the mesh. We had a neighbor move in next door, and we live in an over 55 community, so I guess you'd say we're the at-risk group. So we try to be careful. Most people do. We live in a very large community, so of course you have those who don't pay attention like you do anywhere else. But anyway, I put on Facebook this morning that anybody who rode by the house, if they saw them out there, to welcome them, because it must be quite lonely to move into a brand new neighborhood and be isolated. And of course, we have so many amenities here. Really, there's just more than you could even think. But all but the pools are closed. And there's some controversy with that too, so we'll have to play that by ear. Well, let's see. I know there's a second one. Oh, I've got it bent underneath here. Let's get that back out. And that, my friends, was the last one. Mercy sakes. We went around there and hide. Oh, look, did I miss one? No, I didn't. No. Huh. Okay. I'm just going to give this one a little extra right there. I'm going to pull it down underneath. The zip tie. And there we go. Look at this. Okay. Now let's just get that rolled back. And I'm going to bring out, here's my red and white mesh that we're going to use for the ruffles. And I'm going to move this off to the side so I have some room to ruffle. And I'm going to move you down a little bit so you can see the ruffling. This is the last of the roll, so it's really quite curly. So I'm just going to go right up the middle, pushing them up against my thumb. Whoop, there you go. And let me just find one of these little ties here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the ribbon on at the same time because it's going to make it just a little quicker. So I have these two. I'm going to put on all the bottom ones. And you know, can you see something I haven't done yet? I haven't dovetailed these. You know, I think I've got everything ready. Well, I didn't. Here we go. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to set this down in here. Pick this up and put it down right in here. These work forms, as I mentioned before, the ones with the big ties, the wide ties, those wide ties are not as long as the pencil ties. And sometimes it's a little difficult to get your product on there. The ruffles are 20 inches, and there's 18 ruffles, and that's what you can get from one 10-inch roll of mesh. You get 20-inch ruffles. Okay, I'm going to continue around the bottom. Let me just get this up here where you can see it. I'm going to continue around the bottom, and when I get to start on the top, I will come back and we'll put some more ruffles up on the top. Be right back. Okay, I've gone all the way around the bottom, and we're just going to start on the top now. It's really coming out nice. I'm loving it. It's really going to make a nice statement. It's so big I don't have any place to work. So let's just continue. And I found it easier for me to put the ruffle on first and then put the ribbons on. It's a little much to hold when you're trying to do them both. Now, I know there's another half. Here we go. I did go ahead and dovetail the rest of these ribbons. You don't need to sit and watch me do that. These ribbons were cut at 12 inches. I'm going to try to make these sort of all come out towards the outside, as you see here, because the sign will be in the middle. And I don't know if I told you that you made 20-inch ruffles out of one roll of mesh, but it's not 20, it's 18, the same amount of ties that are on the work wreath. 18 times 20 is 260, 360, and that's what 10 yards of mesh is in inches. This is really beautiful. Now this mesh, this red and white striped, is a jute mesh. A jute deco mesh. The white pieces in it are jute, and that makes it nice and stiff, and it makes a nice ruffle. The jute, however, will ravel quite easily, but it's not really going to ravel. It's not taking a lot of wear and tear. But I've got so much on here, I'm just about making it with these ties. I tell you what, if I were selling this wreath, it would go for a pretty penny, because that is one gorgeous wreath. And it's not even done yet. I know I'm sorry that it's so hard for you to see. And what I might do is bring you up a little bit, let you look at the wreath now instead of my ruffling, because you've seen me ruffling. Now I only use 2 ribbons, and I use the same 2 ribbons all the way around. And I kind of like that. Different. You don't have to have a dozen different ribbons in order to have a pretty wreath. Two more. Oh, I almost skipped one. Oh, I'm sorry. My fan is going, and I meant to shut it off when I came back on. So that roar in the background, I do apologize. But we're almost done here now anyway, so. Last one. Well, there you go. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Well, we're going to try that sign out. And if I don't like it, we won't keep it, because I think this is so pretty. Let me take it upstairs and put it on the door so you can get a good look at it. I'll be right back. Well, look at that wreath. I mean, that is beautiful. What a nice job that mesh does. Not the wreath maker, but the mesh was really good. I love it. Look how full. Let me walk around to the side. You can see the dimension on it. It's just spectacular. All right. So Friday we'll work on a sign and get it on the middle and see what it looks like. Until then, I'll be back in just a minute with a few parting words. Take another quick look. It really is pretty. Right back. So here I am back upstairs where it's cool. It's hot down there today. But anyway, I think I really do love that wreath, and when we work on the sign is a 12-inch circle, so it might be too big for the middle, but if it is, we'll make a door hanger out of the sign and leave the wreath as it is until I find something that I like. So until then, I want everybody to think positive. Think of something that you're thankful for today. And what's everybody having for dinner tonight? I'm having meatloaf and smashed potatoes and corn. Smashed potatoes just means that I just smash them down with the potato masher because there's gravy, so we don't need butter and milk on the potatoes. So anyway, that's my wreath for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And get that mesh, all the supplies, every supply that I used today came from Craft Outlet. I haven't been over there lately. I think they're open, but I think they're limiting how often they ship. So give it a try. Tomorrow I'm going to pick up a grocery order. Well, part of a grocery order. They don't have 3/4 of the things I want. But anyway, I can't understand why people hoard so much food. Food has not gone away. And I use pickup. I don't touch anything. They don't make you sign for it. And then I just wipe down the counter after I'm finished and clean my hands, and I feel okay about that. So anyway, I will see you again on Friday. And until then, everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.